The Woods, Part 3.
Oh, God damn it! Ouch! You could have warned about the thorny bush thing.
Are you going to bellyache the whole time?
Maybe I will.
And do it a little quieter.
You're such a... Oh, fucking God damn it. Ugh. Read any good books? Seen any good movies lately?
Nope.
I saw Lady of the Vine last week. A little too touchy-feely, if you know what I mean, but all in all, not a bad take. What's the last movie you saw?
Can't remember.
It's been that long, huh? Do you like football?
Nope.
Yeah. Me neither. Do you, like any sports at all?
Nope.
Yeah. Me neither. I have a piece of the Berlin Wall. I keep it in my jewelry box.
Wow.
Actually, I don't have a piece of the Berlin Wall.
Huh? Then why did you say you did?
I'm just trying to spark conversation. You're not really good for conversation, but I'm being pretty clever, aren't I?
Nope.
Cam. So, when do we stop and rest?
It's a hiking trip, not a resting trip.
Yeah, but don't you usually stop and make a fire and camp at some point, right?
Yep.
So we'll be stopping and resting soon.
Nope.
Cam.
Stop swinging that stick around.
Something to do, and you're not allowing me to do anything else that's more fun with you.
Yeah.
I'm bored, Cam.
Whatever.
Are we getting close?
Close? Close to where?
Wherever we're gonna camp.
Yep.
Really?
Nope.
Then why did you say we were?
Just trying to shut you up. Pretty clever, huh?
Nope.
The Texas sun was setting, and the temperature had dropped, albeit not by much. When Cam saw the large oak that had fallen across the trail, his landmark of sorts, he knew they were close. Thick overgrowth obscured most of the fallen tree, but there was a small gap serving as a gateway to the other side. Following a well-worn path, Cam took advantage of his spot. Like many other hikers, with any luck, it would be empty of any squatters. Most weekenders wouldn't venture this far, but the veterans kept the path clear and open. A private sanctuary reserved only for the most experienced. They came upon a clearing where the tall grass had been packed flat. Rocks enclosed a circular path of scorched ground. You shouldn't make a fire. Try to leave nature the way you found it, as undisturbed as possible.
Well, somebody obviously made a fire here.
Yep. So, if we make a fire, we won't be disturbing nature. He untied the casing of his gray tent and shrugged it off.
You're like a bad deck of cards that loves to lose. You don't listen to me, and I don't want you to, 'cause we sure have fun. You've been high, I've been low. You're all in and I'm all broke. Yeah, baby, when we're together, it's like Vegas times 3. But in the morning, I'll know better.
He finished pitching the tent and reached for her backpack.
Could I sleep in your tent? I hate sleeping alone.
He waggled his finger in a give me the damn backpack sort of way. She relinquished said backpack, dropped herself onto the ground, and crossed her legs.
So call Betty Ford, call Dr. Drew. Save me a bed, 'cause in a month or two I wanna quit you, girl. Just not yet.
Want some popcorn for the show?
Nope. Yup.
Oh my God.
But in the morning I'll know better. 'Cause you're so bad for me.
Without a breath of conversation between them, he made a fire. She probably would have helped set up the tents and get firewood, had he asked her. But she looked so god-friggin' tired. Honestly, he'd not expected her to make it this far. There was a closer spot that he had tented at a few times, but he'd not mentioned that to her. And nor would he ever mention that to her now. The woman had definitely surprised him. The pined kindling perfumed the campsite, and Cam inhaled. Getting lost in the sweet scent. This was probably the closest he ever came to meditation, to clearing his mind. But there was a tiny distraction. This time, he was sharing his inner peace with a female person. A part of him almost felt like her presence was desecrating this sanctuary. He'd set out to wear her down within the first mile or two, but here she still was. Cam cracked a sturdy branch across his knee while staring at Maggie's flame-lit face. The girl was thin as a string bean, but she had the spirit of a hellcat. She stood and looked down at him.
Good night. Whatever.
He just had to get through this weekend. Then he could concentrate on opening his restaurant. He'd never have to see or speak to her again. If he couldn't lose her in the trees, then maybe he could lose her in the silence of the night.
You can find answers to life's problems in the natural world. When nature speaks, we should listen with open ears and an open heart.
Note to self, don't ever talk to Jags again before a hike. His squirrely, new-aged crap ironically didn't foster peacefulness, only more confusion and more aggravation.
Remember, I'm psychic.
Jags had told him and Ajay years ago when they were playing a game of Monopoly with Gramps.
I think they make medication for that.
With an empty Dr. Pepper bottle, Cam smacked Ajay across the head. That's psychotic, you dipshit, not psychic.
Cam's going to win with Park Place and Boardwalk loaded with houses and the utility companies after he has to mortgage all his greens.
No telling if Jags was right because 2 hours later, Juniper, their Great Dane, jumped on the table. Much of the paper money landed in the dog's water dish. Houses and motels peppered the kitchen linoleum. God damn it.
I did not see that coming.
Jags was wrong this time. He'd completely missed the mark. This wasn't some silly board game with tiny sterling battleships and irons and cars and cheesy property deeds. Tension built behind his eyes. No room in his fucked up world for a scrawny redhead girl. One problem. He wanted her. He wanted her bad. Maggie was bold, adventurous, and silly. Not to mention, stunning. She was cute and, at the same time, sexy as hell. Cam squeezed his head between his hands. You're a monster. Let her go. An animal shrieked. An owl? Nope, not an owl. Maggie? Yep, Maggie. The three-quarter moon helped to illuminate Maggie's shaking tent. He whipped her flap open to find her jumping up and down and slapping at her arms. Grimacing, he snatched her wrist and dragged her from the tent. Calm down. I can't get them off if you don't stop jumping. He slapped at the tiny red specks crawling up his own arm that was latched onto hers.
They're biting me. They're everywhere.
Take off your shirt. Maggie struggled with the bottom of her oversized princess shirt.
Shit.
Cam swatted her hand away and yanked her shirt up over her head. She began beating and swatting at her waist, thighs, and legs. Hell. He snatched hold of her shorts before ripping them down to her feet. Maggie stood in her green undies and matching lace bra
My feet
as he swiped his hands down her belly,
are so itchy.
past her navel, and gently plucked and knocked away the ants that had made their way past her hips.
My feet are so itchy.
Crouching, he began swatting her legs, turned her, and did the same down her back, stopping periodically to wipe the little fuckers from his own limbs. She bounced on one foot and clawed at the other. I can't help you if you don't stop dancing around like a kindergartner at recess.
Why are my feet so itchy?
It's your body reacting to the venom. Maggie put her foot down, raised the other, and gave it the same clawing treatment. Cam framed her face with his hands. Your lips are swollen. Are you allergic to ant venom?
I don't think so.
Texas fucking fire ants. Who wasn't allergic to these bastards? He dragged her towards the tent, but
Wait,
she jerked in his grasp.
what if they're in your tent too?
I'm not dumb enough to leave food in my tent.
I did not leave food in my tent.
He gave her a sidelong look.
Unless I did. Maybe a little bit of that energy bar?
If it'll make you feel any better, I'll move my tent away from yours. Okay?
Cam, they have legs.
Would you go to a restaurant you knew had no food?
Fine, whatever.
Cam began yanking the tent stakes up. He dragged his tent away from hers. She sat in the center of the tent and clawed at her feet. Cam threw her one of his t-shirts and retrieved an EpiPen from his backpack. He waited for her to put on his shirt and then crooked his finger.
What is that?
EpiPen. I always have one on me. I'm allergic to bees.
No. I don't do needles, Cam.
Not my problem.
I will kill you if you put that thing in me.
Oh, isn't that what you wanted from the start? For me to put it in you?
Really? Now you flirt?
Seizing both her wrists in one hand, he jerked her close.
Stop!
She wiggled and kicked,
God, I
but
hate you.
he handled her as if she were an inanimate object. With an arm barred across her chest, he raised the needle over her thigh.
I hate you.
I can't have you dying on me. I'm too lazy to carry your dead weight the rest of the way.
That is so fucking sweet, Cam.
She looked so damn sexy when she was mad. He delayed intentionally, loving every minute of her squirming torture. Are you ready?
Wait. My feet aren't itchy anymore. They feel much better. Yeah. They're good. I'm good.
Cam's smile widened.
Wait.
She reached out, but he lifted his arm.
What if you get stung by a bee?
Unlike you, my reaction would be severe. This wouldn't help me. I'd be dead in minutes.
Then why do you carry it?
Well, if I'm not in the middle of the woods, miles from civilization, it'd give me time to get to a hospital.
I don't need it. I don't want it.
Sorry, babe. He drilled the needle into her thigh.
Oh, fucking Christ. Bastard.
It's your own damn fault. Cam tossed the empty canister at his backpack and draped his forearms over his slightly bent knees.
There's only one sleeping bag.
Yep. She had no recognition of her surroundings. It's October in Texas. It's close to 80 degrees, if not warmer. I don't need a sleeping bag. You take it. He laid down, facing away from her, using a bent arm for a pillow.
I still feel like they're biting me.
It's in your head. Go to sleep. Cam sensed she made a face at his back. Well, she was entertaining, if nothing else. Sleeping in the tent with Maggie wasn't an option. So the plan was to wait for her to fall asleep, then leave. Make a fire and wait for dawn. Cam could just tell her the truth and leave the tent now, but he was ashamed of his problem. If possible, he'd keep his violent sleeping seizures his little secret. So he waited, watching her curl up in his sleeping bag. Watched her pretty green eyes close. Watched her breathing calm. He ignored the urge to reach out and touch her red locks. He'd just sit here for a little while longer, just to make sure she was going to be all right. Then he fell asleep.